Have you ever thought about what Americans might think of the everyday things you do? There are things Israelis do that Americans might find weird, strange, or maybe even potentially rude. I've got my sister here, Tali. I'm Yoel. We are both born in Israel and spent significant amount of time in America as well. Number one, kissing when greeting. I think this was your suggestion.
Yeah, you go to somebody's house, you see somebody, you like kiss, like you just give the cheek. And men do this too. It's not just like woman to women, women to men. It's just like how you greet people.
I think this is more Ethiopian culture.
No.
Like Ethiopian culture is like on steroids about this. But
No, yeah.
I don't know.
Ethiopian culture is like 1, 2, 3 if you haven't seen them in a really long time. I also think it's like European culture is the same way. Arab culture is the same way.
Okay, so I'm doing research on the kissing culture, and I found some weird Arab kissing culture that I was not aware of before. I respect all cultures, but you guys got to see this. This one was the first one I saw. I thought they were kidding. And I read the comments and they're like all serious. So I'm like, oh, they actually do it like this.
Q-tip time, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about how Qataris kiss.
It's the nose kissing. They're going to kiss then with the nose. They're going to rub it once, twice. That's all. That's all. And it's a traditional type of kissing over here in Qatar. And stop doing this.
Man, good thing we bombed the crap out of Qatar, man. That is weird. Okay, number two, not eating milk with meat.
Our family's definitely very strict about not eating dairy with meat.
Yeah, it depends. Some people, it's very serious and making sure what you're eating is very kosher. This is like one of those things that if you're not Jewish, you might not even know is a thing. But yes, like Jewish people, like that's part of the thing, making sure there's like a time period before you.
Yeah, after dairy, you have to wait like 3 hours. After meat, you have to wait 6 hours. I think if Americans heard this, or just like, the everyday American, they'd probably be like, what the hell are you even talking about? You have to wait 3 hours after eating dairy to like eat meat. I can't eat a cheeseburger.
By the way, I have a confession. Tali, you made me mad because she lied to me as a kid. This is the thing with being a younger brother. Like your older siblings, they mess with you. So you told me when I was a kid that if I ate meat with milk, that a chicken will grow in my stomach.
Did I really?
Yes, you did. And I actually was like traumatized about it, and it made me not do it.
I literally don't remember that at all.
Yeah, but it worked, and like I was terrified, and I never did it. Maybe that's why I'm vegan. I got like trauma about like dairy and meat or something. I don't know. Number three, not calling your parents by their first names. It's not like super common in America to call your parent by their first name, but I would say after you leave the house, I don't hear as much dad, daddy. I don't hear as much mom, mommies. I hear like their first names, which for me can't relate, but this would never happen in Israel.
But I also have never experienced that.
It's like a joke, like they say it like kind of tongue in cheek, but there's less of like a respect for parents here, I would say, in America.
Oh yeah.
I would say.
I mean, I think there's like less of a respect for your parents, elderly.
Even doing it as a joke here is honestly kind of weird, and I don't even think people in Israel would say it as a joke.
Yeah.
Number four, husbands typically doing the grocery shopping, because I did notice it after you mentioned it. Now, in America, it's usually the women or maybe they're getting the groceries delivered. I don't know, because, women do the cooking, whatever. But even if they don't do the cooking, they typically do the shopping or they do it together.
I don't know. I think I've just noticed that in our family, honestly. Every Yom Shishi or Yom Hamishi, it seems like the men are the ones that are doing the grocery shopping. Yeah.
Do you think it's just Ethiopian Jewish culture, or do you think it's...
I remember going to the grocery store and being like, why is there only dads here?
Yeah, with the kids too.
Yeah.
The kids. The feminists are winning in Israel, I think, maybe.
Don't annoy me.
What? Number five, Israelis do deep cleaning on Friday.
I have to say, a lot of this is based on our family. But in our family, Friday, you are deep cleaning the house. Furniture up, tables up, chairs up, cleaning the floors, cleaning everything, making sure that, and this is like after you've cooked, making sure that everything is just like ready for a good weekend.
Shabbat, yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I want to add like a side note that maybe people don't know. Like, there's only one weekend with just Shabbat. Like, Sunday is the start of the weekend. So there's only one day that really people have off, maybe half of Friday in Israel.
Oh, yeah.
You have Saturday, and then that's really it. Like, people start their week on Sunday. So like,
no, Fridays most people have off. If you work like
the
a regular
full day,
job,
I don't know. I don't think so.
No, yeah.
I haven't.
Let us know in the comments.
None of my.
3 hours later.
If you work a regular corporate job, you usually have Friday.
We'll do more research. Maybe we'll make it a full
Maybe
video.
you guys should comment when you guys get off.
Number 6, some more religious Israelis use a Shabbat elevator. I didn't know what this was, honestly, until I came back. But there's elevators that strictly go one floor at a time. They don't want to press the button because that's like work or something. Some more religious, you guys can comment down below on what the reasoning is. But my understanding
You're
is
not supposed to like
exert energy.
No, not exert energy. Use like any electronics.
It started, I think, from the Bible. It's like fire, work, but then, you know, obviously you have to adapt it to modern times. So if you go somewhere and you realize that there's an elevator that is going floor by floor, you got on the Shabbat elevator, and if that person lives on the 12th floor, it's going to be a long ride for you. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a long ride. Anything to add on that?
Yeah. No.
Okay, so no. Not yet. Number 7, Israelis eat dinner late. They say it's better to eat earlier, but I do like a lot of intermittent fasting. So I have one meal and I try to eat it later in the night because I don't want to go to bed hungry. It's very unique to Israeli culture. Like, do you have anything to add on that?
No.
Wow, you're really useful here. Number 8.
This one's funny.
A lot of Israelis know Spanish because of watching telenovelas. Telenovelas. What is it even? Because I'm not hip. How did I even come to Israel? Like, why? Like,
I mean, I think it's the Sephardic Jews influence, maybe, because, you know, they speak Spanish.
is it from Spain Spanish or Mexican?
I don't think it's Mexican.
It's from Spain.
I don't know. I don't know where it's from. If you remember Ktantanot, Kimat Malachim, like that, those 2 shows were like really popular. And I remember like I still sort of understand Spanish, and it's all because of the telenovelas.
Yeah, so if you come to Israel and you're Mexican, I got a lot of Mexican people that are pro-Israel, very like religious, very Christian. Man, you might feel more at home than you think, you know what I'm saying? You might be able to use Spanish more than you think, so keep that in mind.
Yeah, all my cousins speak Spanish. Our aunt Estelle, she speaks fluent Spanish. It's funny how that's like so ingrained.
Reading subtitles is wild. But I guess shows like that, it's like the scenarios are not confusing. Dating, cheating, marriage.
Yeah,
it's
drama.
Like drama. It's like you don't even really need to like read.
But also when you're younger, it's like under 10.
You absorbing everything, yeah. Number 9, Tali's gonna not agree with me on this one, but I think this is 100% true. Israelis dress less formal for formal events like weddings. Now, in America, typically you have like the suited and booted people for weddings, or you gotta, you know, button up with a blazer for weddings. In Israel, they might wear a button up with jeans and like 2 buttons unbuttoned. Actually, like probably 3 buttons unbuttons. You know, if you're an R-seam, you might have it all the way down. You know what I'm saying? Even the most formal event is like very informal.
Okay, but you also have to think about the day-to-day wear of people. I think in America, people are so dressed down on the day-to-day that it feels like they're more formal when they're going to a wedding. Whereas in Israel, people generally just look better and like put more work into what they look like on a day-to-day, that it's like...
Time out though. We live right now. We're in Portland, Oregon.
I mean, you could say LA too. It's West Coast. It is a little bit more like chill, but it's like there isn't this culture. I might be wrong. Maybe in Tel Aviv it's different, but there isn't a culture of wearing like workout clothes everywhere.
I mean, just my experience is just being a little bit surprised at seeing photos and being like, this is a wedding. It looks like it might be a party. Number 10, a lot of cigarette smoking. Americans will not be used to this. Europeans, they won't care. They'll, you know, it's hella smokers in Europe, but Americans, for the hillbillies that the world thinks we are, we don't smoke, we don't put that poison in our body. But there is a vaping that
surpasses smoking.
It might be on par as far as compensating for our lack of smoking. I mean, I don't know a young person that I haven't seen like vape at some point. Like,
if I know my friends are vaping, I tell them I would rather you smoke a cigarette than vape, because if you're smoking a cigarette, you have to go outside, light the cigarette, stay out there, smoke it, and then come back in. But if you're vaping, you're constantly inhaling, like literally any second.
And you don't know what's in that. I've heard stories adjacently of like problems from vaping. I will say that because of vaping, the cigarette smoking might seem a little bit more normal, but still that stinkiness of cigarettes, Americans are not going to be cool with that.
I will say though, most people that smoke though in Israel, I feel like they all started when they were in the military, because that's when I started. I stopped a long time ago, but it's sort of like a rite of passage. Like you're going through all this like stress and all this stuff. And obviously there's like a lot of Arab influence and there's a lot of European influence. So it has become like very normalized.
I had a friend when I was back in LA, just visiting him a couple months ago, and he pulled out a cigarette. I literally was like, what the heck are you doing? Like, I looked at him like he was an alien from outer space. I'm more forgiving in Israel because I know it's like just normalized. And I mean, it's a more stressful country, but I'm like, bro, you trying to take the edge off like in America, like from what, your marketing job? Like, bruh. Number 11, I got a story for this one. Communal parenting. I remember as a kid growing, because I was always a troublemaker growing up. You know, I'm very well behaved now. As you guys know, I'm a great guy. I'm more chill now. But back in the day when I was like just causing trouble in my little elementary school, you would have teachers like grabbing you, like they don't care, like they'll be rough with you, like get over here, like just being aggressive with you. Like they don't care in Israel. Like they'll treat you like you're a kid.
Maybe that was like back in the early 90s.
In America, they don't do that. Even when I remember coming to America, they would never touch you.
Societally, like Israel is just so much more warmer. If they are parenting you or reprimanding you, it's sort of like out of love and like keeping you in line instead of being like, I don't care about this person. You know what I mean? Whereas
that's the mentality here. Like, oh, I don't care. This is not my kid. Like they got to deal with this idiot. Like,
or like, let's get them on drugs. There's no like ownership over your work.
Your community.
Yeah. And even, you know, when I see like videos of different kindergartner teacher, like Ganenet on Instagram, they like love their kids. They like treat them like their family.
Number 12, discussing how much you make is normal. People are very comfortable talking about money because a lot of people are equally poor in Israel because of many reasons. This is not a shot at Israel. This is a shot at the system, man. This socialist, communist, Marxist, high taxes.
We gotta get
3 hours later.
The business owners don't have margin to work with. The regulations around building homes is very high, so it costs a lot of money to build homes. But yeah, talking about how much you make is not weird at all in Israel. Yeah. And in America, people are not going to be comfortable sharing salary, even within the same organization.
Even more so.
People like it's like a very no, like because then you have leverage over negotiating your salary.
That's why I always, you know, whenever I'm negotiating salary, I will always ask for more than seems normal because you just never know. Only my closest friends are the people that feel, and even when I've had like other close friends, like people are just so weird about talking about salary. There's like this value that you put to yourself based on how much money you make, where I feel like in Israel, it's not really like that because people usually like work to live rather than live to work. Like how much money I make at my job does not define who I am, what value I bring. So I don't care to like share that with people.
Relaxed restaurant policies. What I put as a note, diners are seated immediately even if the full group hasn't arrived, and tables are held for hours without servers rushing you out. Man, I was like on a date a couple months ago, and when we were like kind of wrapping up our meal, multiple waiters came over and be like, do you need a box for that? We're like, no thanks, appreciate it. 5 minutes later, you need a box for that? We're like, no, I'm not kidding. Like 4 times they asked if we needed a box, and obviously they don't have the balls to say like, hey, people are waiting for your table, you mind like getting the hell out of here? So they like have their ways of pressing you. The times that I've gone out in Israel, they don't care. They don't even be looking at your table. They be forgetting that you're there low key. Like if you're having a good time, they don't be rushing you out ever.
Yeah, I think that here you're trying to maximize profit, so you're trying to literally turn over the tables over and over again to try and get the person out, but it just creates this weird over servicing where you seem like you're being nice. Do you need a box? Here's your check, no rush, but you're really actually rushing people. It's annoying.
I hate the fakeness. It drives me crazy, man. I'm ready to go back to Israel. I will be back soon. I'm ready because that fakeness is like, oh,
it gets really annoying.
Can you just say like, hey, no rush, but we have people waiting for the table?
Yeah, just
I wouldn't mind.
direct.
But you know what's funny? I wouldn't mind, but I know other people would be like, oh, wow, like we're not giving them a tip.
Yeah,
and like I don't know.
So real.
Tips are good because it incentivizes good service. However, when that spills into trying to maximize the amount of tables you have per shift, that's when it goes into actually being counterproductive, because these people are trying to rush us out because they know the more tables they have, the more tables they service, the more tips that they get.
No, you're right.
Number 14, the last one. This one's a funny one. Money only gifts at weddings. So when you go to a wedding in Israel, you are essentially like not required. No one's going to put a gun to your head, but you want to cover your table and more. You want to have a particular amount of money that you put towards your table
meal,
because they charge per table at these venues. I don't know what the like default is, 300 shekels maybe. I don't know. Depending on what your relationship with that person might be more, or if you want to just be extra generous. But I know a lot of people that like actually came up from their wedding. They covered the cost of the wedding and then some. That is not normal in America at all. Usually they might have a registry, or people might try to come up with a gift to give them, or they might have a list, but typically it's not money only.
Going to Israeli weddings, you go there, you're greeted by tables and envelopes.
It's definitely more variant in America for sure. In Israel, you know what to expect. Generally, it's like similar venues. They have the similar structures of how they arrange it. Weddings happen all the time in Israel. So
every Tuesday and Thursday.
Like honestly, so if you're an American or something, don't be showing up with the box of like, oh, here's my gift. Like, no, just bring that money, bring them shekels, you know what I'm saying? Bring that checkbook and you'll be straight. That's all we got for you guys. If you guys want to expand on anything, make sure you comment down below. Consider becoming a channel member. I'm going to put exclusive streams that you won't see anywhere else. I'm going to have the raw versions of these videos there. It's going to be very cheap, maybe the price of a pack of gum or a cup of coffee, less than that, and you'll get access to all that content. So consider supporting the channel. It helps us grow. I'm out. Peace.